I was down on the field and you passed out. Like you just fell down. You collapsed. What happened?
Honestly, I have no idea what was going on.
I was scared. I was like, I know Brock, your brother, was down there. But jeez.
Brock was actually right there next to me. I mean, I had Brock and Tom Bateman, Max Bateman's brother. I mean, he was there. I just came off the field. I started feeling really weird. I started feeling like dizzy and stuff, like a little loopy. Mm-hmm. And then like I was like trying to like get hyped up at the same time, Right. I had so much adrenaline. Had people like banging my head and everything.
After you just made a huge touchdown.
Yeah. Then after that, I blacked out. I mean, I don't remember. I just remember like walking around and I just blacked out. Then I woke up and they're like, hey, are you okay? I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I feel great.
Today on the podcast, I sit down with a top 5 high school wide receiver in the state, Crew McChesney. He just won a state championship with Lone Peak, highly recruited athlete. He's going to be coming into a senior season next year. Crew, thanks for joining me on the podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here. I'm really excited.
Awesome, man. So it's your birthday today, New Year coming up. You got any big goals, plans besides going back-to-back? With the state championship in football again this upcoming year?
Just my goal is just to, just definitely put on weight, get faster and stronger. Hoping to, win state next year. I think we have a good shot at it, so we'll see how it goes.
How much weight are you trying to put on for next season?
So right now I'm like 170. Trying to get to like 185, I hope. So if I got to 185, maybe probably drop down like 5 pounds throughout the season. Like I dropped down 5 pounds throughout the season, so probably be like around 180 through the whole season.
You're trying to put like on another 15 pounds.
Yeah, 15 pounds. I'm hoping. Yeah.
Before you next
yeah, and
season.
I should have plenty of time for that.
And you've already put on a lot of weight, I can tell, from sophomore to junior year. How much weight did you put on this last year?
I put on 10 pounds. It was kind of weird. I mean, I feel like I wasn't really working out a whole lot just because I had surgery on my elbow and stuff. So like, I kind of like put on weight, just like more fat, and not really fat, but just just not full muscle, just because I was in a sling all the time,
Right, still eating a lot and
yeah.
Not being able to exercise and lift as much as you wanted.
Yeah. So I put on like 10 pounds, I think. Yeah.
Did you like when you were putting on weight? Did you like kind of lose your speed at all?
A little bit. I feel like, I mean, throughout the first couple games of the season, I wasn't really fully 100% of my speed just because I wasn't really running a whole lot. Because my first time running, like coming back, was I think 2 weeks before my first game because I was in like a brace still, so it was kind of weird. But I mean, I was still a little bit slow. But after time, I was able to maintain get my speed back up to 100%.
Right. I know you told me you've been working out with Dave Stroshine. Right now, are you in the best shape of your life, would you say?
Right now, yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, just going to Stroshine, he helps.
Strongest and fastest you've ever been?
Yes, for sure. I mean, Stroshine, he knows what he's doing. I mean, he has a good weight program. I mean, helps you get bigger, stronger. Then also, I just, go to Vasa. I try to run a mile every single day at Vasa, just on the treadmill and stuff. So that's been helping me out a lot, too, to keep myself in shape.
No, yeah, that's good. I've definitely seen you at Vasa getting the work in. That's awesome. That's good, too. But let's kind of get into it now. Obviously, this season, you guys were able to win the state championship. Starting from the first of the year, how you missed like the first 5 games? Yeah,
so I think I missed basically the first 3, I think. Well, yeah, something like that. But we had also 2 games get canceled, I'm pretty sure. One or 2 games get canceled. So I came back. I missed 4 games. I came back the 5th game against Bishop Gorman. So, yeah, just quick 4 games.
You were coming back from Tommy John surgery?
Yes. So, I had Tommy John surgery from baseball, just throwing a ball, elbow popped. Not pitching. I was in the outfield, playing center field, and ball was hit to me. I was getting ready to throw home from center field, and I just threw as hard as I could. My elbow popped, and I was not able to really throw a ball really after that. So,
right. How hard was it coming off your injury? Like getting ready to come into the season kind of midway through, being prepared? Because you came in and obviously you were started right away.
Yeah. Like I said, it was different just because, I wasn't fully 100% of my speed and my strength as well. So like coming like in the 5th game against Bishop Gorman, it was pretty hard. I feel like because like corners who were had offers everywhere who were
right.
5 stars. They were ballers. So it honestly like helped me out a lot. But at the same time, it would have been easier if I was fully 100%. But it was hard. But after the time, I was able to make it up, and I was able to get 100% eventually.
Do you feel like playing a lot of, because you guys played 2 out-of-state teams this year?
I think so. I think we played 2 out of state. Yeah.
With playing like a pretty good, tough, like outside of your region, which is already tough enough, playing a good teams outside of the region, how much did that help you already going into region, being prepared? Unlike Sky Ridge and Corner Canyon, who kind of just stayed in, played teams here.
It helped us out a lot. Playing against Bishop Gorman, all those guys had D1 offers. Every single one of them. They were big, aggressive. They were strong. So playing against them, it actually helped us out a ton. Against our region teams, just because we played against top 5 teams, like a top 5 team in the country who has won national championships and stuff. So just playing against them, and we lost by I think it was 35-7, but it should have been a closer game. But knowing that we should have been able to stay with them. That's when we know we can play good against these region teams. We can stay with them for sure. Yeah. So.
It was your first game back too. I was down there. Like you said, it was 35-7, but you were the only one that caught a touchdown.
Yeah, I had the touchdown in the first quarter, I think, first or second quarter. Yeah, I was one of the 2.
Was that your first time being down to Bishop Gorman?
Yeah, first time ever.
What did you think about playing in that kind of environment? Because you had Mater Dei play right before you, right?
Yeah, so we had
night before.
Yeah, we had Mater Dei and Liberty the night before, and it was just it was a pack there. There were a bunch of fans, watching. So just to be there and seeing a bunch of fans there watching you, it was a cool environment, and just knowing you're playing against one of the best teams in the country, it was a sweet game. It was a ton of fun.
Was that DB that guarded you the best DB that's ever guarded you?
Yeah, so I had Justin Rhett and then the other DB. I forgot who his name was, but I think they were really big. They were strong, aggressive, and yeah, they were hard to go up against, but it helped me out a whole lot. So yeah.
Right. And then for those that are listening that may not know what Bishop Gorman is or what kind of school they are, basically they're a Catholic school down in Summerlin, South Las Vegas or East Side Las Vegas. They're able to recruit some of the top players from all over the country, bringing them in on scholarship. And so they're able to get some of the best talent, have some of the best facilities in all of high school sports. And so when they went down there and played this team, just know that they were playing one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, it was cool. Ton of fun, and it was a great environment. It was a lot of fun.
And then going on through the year, that was your last out of state game. Going into region, how ready were you guys to take on the tough region 4, right?
Yeah, region 4. We felt pretty good. Our team was healthy. We felt like we could smack every single team in the region. Just from we came in so much confidence, knowing that we're the best team, and we were able to show that off, just in the championship. But yeah, it was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Do you have a pregame ritual you have to do, or a pregame meal you have to eat before you play every game?
Usually I don't really try to eat a big meal before the game, just because I'm scared I'll be throwing it up or something like that because if I eat too much. But usually I used to have my mom just take me to Cubby's for lunch, and then before the game starts out just a little snack. But it's nothing really any special, just something simple.
Right. A lot of your teammates I know go to the LDS temple every morning before their games on Friday. Is that something you ever got in on?
I haven't done that yet just because due to COVID and stuff, we had our temples closed, and it's hard to make reservations, to get to the temple. But I know for sure that next year, I hope that we could be able to do some baptisms in the temple. So hoping, I'm a captain next year. I hope so. Maybe get a couple of my players to come with me, do some baptisms for the dead, at the temple before, Friday mornings, just before our games, I feel like that'd be a cool experience. And I think, it'll help us a lot help us a lot as well.
That's good. Who would you say is like someone you kind of like to model your game after or look up to when you play the game?
You know, I was actually just at the UCLA USC game, and there's a slot receiver. His name's Kyle Phillips. He's like 5'11". I mean, he's white. I mean, he plays for UCLA. I mean, I think he's like 185 pounds or 190. I can't remember how much he weighs, but I mean, like, my coach is like, hey, crew, like that reminds me of you right there. Like, that can be you if like one day. And so like, just, you know, after seeing him play in person, you know, I'm like, hey, like, you know, if I work that hard, maybe I can be like him one day. So that's who I look up to a lot.
Have you met him?
No, not yet.
You just see the visualization of like someone that kind of represents you with the height, the weight, the way he plays the position.
Yeah.
You just have visualized it, and now you just got to go out and work hard.
Yeah, just go out, work hard, you know, do my thing, and hopefully one day I can turn out to be like him. So yeah, I hope so.
What was your recruiting visit like out there when you were able to visit UCLA, USC?
So I got there, I think was it Friday? Was our game on Thursday? Do you remember our championship game was on Thursday?
It was on Friday.
Okay. So yeah. So after that, we flew down to California. I already visited UCLA in the summer for you know, it's a nice little a trip where what's it called?
Unofficial.
Unofficial visit. Sorry, and that was pretty cool. But when I got there, you know, we were able to go to USC and, you know, just like walk around the campus for a bit, and it was cool. I mean, it's cool to see like how like California schools are compared to, you know, Utah schools. I mean, their campuses are, you know, they're insane. You know, I mean, it's crazy. You know, like how nice they are. I mean, I think playing out in California would be pretty sick just because they have nice campuses. You know, I mean, it was pretty cool to be out there.
Yeah, I heard UCLA's got one of the best facilities in all.
Oh yeah, when I went there, I mean, they have two full football size fields. Then like, you know, they have their weight room and their like huge facility thing right there that like looks out onto the football field. So, I mean, it was pretty legit. I mean, I was able to see the team practice, you know, do like their full workouts and stuff, and it was pretty cool, like what they do there. It was a lot of cool.
Do you have any like tiebacks to UCLA, like family or friends that have played there?
No, not yet. So, I mean, only people that really play football are just my family. Outside of my family, I mean, no one really.
None of your brothers? I mean, you have 3 older brothers that have all played Division I football. But
yeah, just 2 have been at BYU, then 1 was at SUU. So, no, not anyone that's been at UCLA. So
do you have any friends that have been offered by UCLA that you've talked to? Or on the visit, did you go out with any teammates?
So, no, it's just me and my dad. I mean, before UCLA, I was actually at Stanford, just me and my dad, just, you know, visiting their school as well and meeting their coaches. But, I mean, friends, I don't really have I don't have any friends that actually have offers to UCLA. But, I mean, I know Carson Ryan, who has an offer there. He's actually committed there. So, I mean, just like, you know, seeing he's going there, I mean, it's pretty cool. You know, congrats to him as well. But, yeah, hoping maybe one day, you know, I'll have some friends who got offers there, maybe talk to them about it and stuff. So, yeah.
If you don't mind, kind of break down to people here that are listening, what's the difference for people that are listening between an official visit and obviously an unofficial visit? Do they treat you differently? Is the experience different, would you say?
Yeah, so for an official visit, there's an official visit, an unofficial visit. For the official, I mean, that's like when like you have offers, you have an offer there. Is that correct? Yeah. And like, you know, that's when they can like feed you dinner and stuff.
Put you up in a nice hotel.
Put you up in a nice hotel, feed you dinner, and you don't have to pay for anything, you know. But for unofficial visits, I mean, you just go out there and just get to like, you know, walk around the facilities and stuff, meet the coaches. But I mean, they don't like really treat you like how
they don't put you up or pay for your flight to come out.
No. So I mean, yeah, you just talk to them, say, hey, like, you know, like I want to come like visit your school and stuff, and like, yeah, that'd be awesome, blah blah blah. That's when you start talking to them and stuff, and then that's when they get all the stuff prepared for you when you're there, like the tags and like
the tour
and everything. So, I mean, that's one thing, but I mean, officials, you know, they pay for everything. So,
yeah. So on the unofficial, you're talking to them. They haven't offered you yet. They invite you out to usually like a big time game, right? UCLA, USC, big time game. Mm-hmm. They put you in good seats, I would assume.
Yeah.
They get the game taken care of, and then everything else besides showing you a facility in the game is pretty much you guys got to take care of on your own.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I mean, when we were there at the game, so they gave us like the tour and stuff, and then we were able to walk on the football field. You know, like
Pre-game.
Yeah, pregame, like walk around, like watch our positions, like warm up and stuff. So that was a lot of fun. Then so after that, we just go sit in the recruiting stands and just watch the game. So it was pretty simple.
Did you go in the locker room with the team after?
No, we were not able to do that. Apparently, no.
Were you out there with like were there any other recruits there?
Yeah, so there was actually a ton of recruits there. There was the number one DB in the country that was actually there.
Wow.
I forgot who his name was. We played for Mater Dei. Damani, I forgot.
Damani Jackson.
Damani Jackson. Yeah. So he was there. I mean, it was actually cool to see him in person. He's a baller. So I mean, yeah,
guys, that's a total freak of nature, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's guys from like Mater Dei there. And I actually saw some Mater Dei coaches there. I was talking to Mater Dei a lot, and they're congratulating us on the state championship. So I mean, it's just cool to be there with other teams that are pretty good, at sports. So yeah, it was fun.
I heard you guys were actually pretty close to getting a game with Mater Dei this year when East High canceled due to COVID. You guys were trying to get another game scheduled, and I heard you guys almost were able to get Mater Dei.
So we actually did have Mater Dei. So I mean, they actually reached out to us. I'm pretty sure they reached out to us and like, hey, we want to come play you guys. Blah blah.
This is before the season.
No, this is like the week before. Like this is like the week when we got canceled. Yeah.
East canceled you guys.
So when East canceled us, that's when they wanted to play us because I think their game got canceled too.
Yeah.
So our coach was like, yeah, we're in that for sure, but we were not able to actually travel out of state just because. I mean,
was it funds?
Yeah, I think. I don't know if it's just because we couldn't get like a plane or something. I don't know what it was, but
kind of last minute too.
Yeah, it was like 4 days before like Friday. So I mean,
they weren't gonna come out to Utah.
Yeah, they couldn't make it out to us, but apparently there's like a thing that like we were not able to make it out there because like we already had 2 out of state games, which we didn't. But like it was weird. But sadly, I mean, it would have been fun if we could go out there. But I mean, this year I actually talked to the Mater Dei coach at the USC game. And he was like, hey, like, I'm talking to your coach right now. We're trying to come out and play you guys this year. So we'll see how that turns out.
Out here in Utah.
Yeah, out here in Utah. So they might come out and play us. I mean, I hope that happens. I mean, they're a dang good team, but I mean, it'll be good for us as well. So we'll see how it comes in the future if they play us or not.
For sure. I was down there when you guys were in that Polynesian Classic when you played Bishop Gorman. And then the night before, me and my dad were sitting there watching Liberty and Mater Dei play. And Liberty's a good football team, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're really good.
They put a lot of guys in college and Division I.
So yeah, after Bishop Gorman, it's Liberty. So number 2 in the country in their state. Yeah.
And state of Nevada is no joke.
Yeah, Nevada's. Yeah.
And so you have Mater Dei come in, and it's a big game, and I'm sitting there watching, and it's not even close, man.
Yeah.
It's like a college team playing a high school team.
I mean,
it's like literally.
Oh yeah, legit. I mean, all those guys have heck of offers. I mean, D1 offers. I mean, the whole Mater Dei team has a ton of offers. I mean, you look at their offensive line, they're all like 6'6", just 6'6" or higher, and they're just huge. I mean, then you got the best running back in the country playing from Mater Dei. I mean, that guy's like a person off Madden. He's just freaking flying through everyone.
He's not little, but I mean, he's like 5'6", but he's just
he's 5'6". He's
fast,
super shifty. Yeah, he's a freak. I mean,
he ran all over them.
I mean, watching him play, I think he had like, I don't know if he had like the first 3 touchdowns. I think, but I mean, he was just flying around. No one could ever tackle him. But I mean, it was a lot of fun to see them play. I mean, that place was stacked. I mean, it was a fun game to watch for sure.
Are they a team? I mean, I don't know too much, but are they a team that mainly just plays like senior heavy? Like they get guys to come in for like their senior year, and then they travel. Most of their games they travel, right?
Yeah, they're probably mostly senior heavy. I feel like I mean, like the year coming in, that's when they start like having hecka people come into their school. Because I mean, all the good players want to play for Mater Dei. I mean, if they're from like either Florida, I mean, we're all over the place. I mean, they want to come play for Mater Dei, so they're probably mostly senior heavy. I feel like probably their senior year they want to come play for one of the best teams in the country. So I'd probably say so, yeah.
Right. There's a couple schools up there: IMG, Bishop Gorman, Mater Dei, St. John's Bosco, St. Thomas Aquinas. Those kind of teams.
For sure.
They're definitely in that category of being talked with.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were able to get that game, you were so close this year, but if you were able to get that game scheduled for next year, anyone in the state of Utah would definitely have to make that trip down because they not only do they put a lot of guys Division I, they put a lot of guys in the league.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would love to see like how many guys that play for Mater Dei like get into the league. I think it'd be pretty cool. But I mean, if they do come play us, I know for a fact that everyone's gonna want to come watch us play against the number one team in the country. So, I think it'd be a ton of fun. I hope it really happens. It'd be a really cool experience, and it would help our team out a lot as well.
Yeah. Do you guys have your schedule out already for next year?
I don't think we have it fully out yet. I actually talked to Coach Brockbank, and he said that St. John Bosco's reached out to us. Definitely, Mater Dei. I think we're gonna play Kahuku for sure. Kahuku's gonna come to us and play us. So we'll see how that goes. And then we're also, I think we might be going to Bishop Alamany, I hope. So
out in California?
Yeah, out in California. So I know Coach Brockbank has a ton of teams that want to play against us. So I don't think we have the full schedule out, but hope it comes out soon. We'll see who we're playing up. We'll see if it comes out in a couple weeks. I hope. We'll see.
As far as 7-on-7 goes, we were talking about it a little bit, but tell us a little bit about the team you were telling me about that you're a part of this off season, going into 7-on-7.
Yeah, so I'm with Paula right now. This is my first year with Paula. I did play for Alpha, and this year Paula invited me to come play with them. So
is that an inclusive, invite-only kind of team?
Yeah, it's an invite-only.
Like you can try out or anything?
Yeah, you can't try out. It's an invite-only. I think there's been like 2 kids that have tried out, but they got invited to come try out, So, yeah, it's a pretty cool experience. We actually have, I think, 2 guys from Mater Dei coming with us. So we have the backup running back, then, I can't remember what the running back, Ralik Brown, I think.
Yeah, Ralik Brown.
So the backup of him is coming to play with us. And then some other guy off Mater Dei, I forgot who his name is. But then we also have guys from De La Salle. We have guys from, Nevada coming to play with us, Arizona. So
is this like a best of the West 7-on-7 team? Like you're getting the best players from all over the West?
Yeah, so it really is just a Utah team, but we just get guys from all over usually just Nevada, California, or Arizona come play with us just for the out-of-state tournaments. Because, we want to be known as the best team in, the country for 7-on-7. Last year with Cody Hagan and stuff, they played against Ground Zero, one of the best teams right. in 7-on-7. And they barely lost to them. So our coaches, have been trying to get the best players they possibly can for our state to, show that Utah has good talent and stuff. So it's gonna be a fun experience. We're traveling to Miami, Vegas, California. We're gonna be going all over the place. So
it's a 7-on-7 team too, where it's only seniors each year, right? Yeah.
So it's a senior team. Yeah, and we have some juniors that will some sophomores that will be juniors. They'll come practice with us sometimes. That will probably be playing for Paula next year. So.
How does that all work with everyone out of state? How are you guys all supposed to practice?
So the out-of-state kids, they don't really come to practice a whole lot. They've only come to practice once, but we have I think a practice each week. But yeah,
1 week?
Yeah,
that's it?
one time a week. For the Christmas break, we've had to practice this 3 times a week, just this past 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. So they try to make it out as best they can, but it doesn't happen a whole lot. But usually when we go out to tournaments, that's when they'll come play with us.
They just come into the
tournaments. They're just coming to the tournaments. Yeah.
When's your guys' first one?
So our first tournament got canceled in Utah at Real Salt Lake, their big practice facility. Yeah. So now we're just waiting for Miami. I think Miami is the next one in a couple weeks, if I think so. So that's gonna be probably one of the biggest tournaments I think we're going to.
Is that
Miami.
One of the biggest 7-on-7?
Yeah, that's where everyone's gonna be going there. So. There's gonna be a lot of good talent there. Teams from all over the place. Kids from Mater Dei. They'll be playing on different teams. Yeah. So it'll be a lot of fun.
And when you go, you guys are in the highest bracket.
I hope so. We'll see. We'll see how we do. I don't know how.
How does it work? Do the coaches put you into a pool?
Yeah. So we're all put in each pool, and then
based off play.
Based off our record and stuff. That's when we get put in the actual brackets and stuff, our seeding.
So no one starts out at a higher ranking because
no. Everyone starts out the same, and then everyone starts out the same, then goes on from there.
Who are some of the other players in the state that are going to be on this team?
So
you said Cody Hagan. played the year.
Yeah, Cody Hagan and Harrison Taggart, they all played the year before. So like right now, Cole Christensen, he's our other slot receiver. I hope he plays for Lone Peak as well with me. We got some kids from Corner Canyon. We got kids from West.
You got Zach Wilson's little brother playing with you guys?
So we couldn't get in this year. His dad actually like helps out with Level Up Elites. They're called the Pink Outlaws.
Mike?
Yeah. So Mike Wilson helps out with that. They recruited me to come play with them, but I was already with Paula. So I tried to recruit Isaac to come play with us, but he said that he couldn't really.
He's gonna stay with the Pink
Outlaws. He's gonna stay with the Pink Outlaws. So he's gonna be their head quarterback. They're actually really good too. I feel like us, Pink Outlaws, and Alpha are probably the best 3 teams in our state, I feel like. So, I mean, it's going to be, it'll be a lot of fun to probably play against some teams from Utah as well, because, they have a lot of good talent as well.
Who's coaching your 7-on-7 team?
So, we have Paula, our main person, and Stuart Tua, who's, one of his good friends as well. Stuart Tua controls our offense, and Paula kind of controls our defense. And then we have Maury. Maury lives in California. He helps out with our Paula team. He's like our head recruiting person. So yeah, he'll be there for all our tournaments. He's the one that like contacts all the D1 coaches and stuff.
He has all the connections.
Yeah, he's the person that has all the connections. So that's like our head recruiting person. So that's why we're playing for Paula, is just try to get looks. So Maury can like talk to coaches about us. So just coming out to out of state tournaments, playing against good teams.
Take Isaac Wilson, Zach's little brother, for instance. Last season, he had a pretty good 7-on-7 season.
Oh yeah,
he picked up a lot of Division I offers, including Oregon.
For sure. I feel like, knowing that his older brother is Zach Wilson,
it helps, right?
It helps a ton. You see that Zach's a baller. He's a great quarterback. And coaches watching his little brother play Isaac, and seeing that he has potential just like Zach. They probably like, oh yeah, we should definitely offer this kid. This kid's gonna be a good kid, next level. And, I can see that too. Isaac's, he's a good kid, he's knows the game a lot. He can read defense really well. So,
he's been able to play behind 2 of the best high school quarterbacks to ever play in the state.
Yeah. So, to be able to play behind 2 of the best quarterbacks in the state of Utah, it's probably helping a lot to, helps him out in practice and everything. He's going to come in this next year, and he's going to really be a good quarterback for sure. Probably one of the top quarterbacks.
Other key players besides him? I know they're losing a lot of guys like Cody and Harrison.
I'm actually not for sure. They got their safety and their linebacker. That's all I know for now.
Are they losing most of their team?
Yeah, they lose a bunch of their kids. They don't really have a whole lot of kids returning. So
you lose most Lone Peak's team too. Corner Canyon loses most of their team.
So us, Corner Canyon and AF all lose a bunch of kids on our teams. Besides, Skyridge loses some kids, but they got their full defense coming back pretty much. So that's.
I was talking to Tate Walker this morning, who plays for them, and he said they're returning I think he said 17 out of their 22 players.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. It's gonna be,
defense.
It's gonna be pretty hard to go up against them. They're gonna be really good. Having the same defense for 2 years, they're gonna become a whole lot better. It's going to be hard for our offense to go up against them, but I feel like they're going to be one of the top teams in our region for sure. They're going to be freaking good.
Talk about the region a little bit. Growing up, Lone Peak's rivalry was always kind of American Fork. And then 2020, obviously, I think it's both Skyridge, Corner Canyon for sure, they joined the region.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the rivalry has kind of changed with Lone Peak kind of transitioning over to maybe Corner Canyon or Skyridge versus how it had been American Fork for so long?
Yeah. Obviously American Fork's gonna be one of our biggest rivals. They'll always be a rival for sure. That's our closest team to us. Right. So, but now that Skyridge has become really good, I feel like all 3 of those teams are probably our biggest rivals. I feel like that's just how it's gonna be for the rest, for a long time now. Now that Corner Canyon's coming in, now that we beat Corner Canyon in the championship against them, they're always going to be our biggest rival. Skyridge beat us a couple times. We beat them a couple times, So, really, all 3 of those teams are our biggest rivals for sure. I can't really compare any to each other. I can't really compare, who's bigger or not. They're all the exact same. I feel like they're all big rivals.
Yeah. Corner Canyon joined the fall of 2019, 6A, right? And they played Lone Peak for the first time. It was their first time in 6A, but they had a pretty good winning streak, and they'd won 3 championships before that in 5A. And then that first game they played Lone Peak up there. Lone Peak was up. I think it was
10.
Like
They're up by 10 points, yeah.
With how many?
There's like 2 minutes left. They're up 10, yeah.
And Lone Peak, the student section started chanting, "This is 6A," and that just sets something off. You could tell right away, and then right away they score.
Yeah, I mean, I was at that game actually. I mean, I was with all my buddies. I think I was like
Take us through it, if you will.
So yeah, I think I was like an 8th grader or something like that. So I was with all my buddies. We were actually on Corner Canyon side, like making chanting stuff at them just to piss them off. And we're like, yeah, you guys suck. Yeah, welcome to 6A. Lone Peak's the best. And we started walking to our other side next to our student section and stuff. And we see Corner Canyon score that first touchdown.
Wasn't it like a 70-yard, 75
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah,
or someone.
Yeah, I think it was like a out and up, so a double move. And then I look at all my buddies and I'm, oh crap, we probably shouldn't have talked, bro. And this game's almost over. I think there's I can't remember how much time they had left. I think it's like a minute and a half when they scored their touchdown. I can't remember, but
they get the onsides or what happened?
So no, they kicked the ball. We got the ball, and then we started running the ball, but we could not get any yards. We had
3 and out?
Yeah, we had to turn the ball over. And then that's when they had plenty of time to score again. And then it came to the last second against Nate Ritchie for the kickoff, but he wasn't able to return the ball. So that's just how the game ended. I mean, they scored 14 points in 2 minutes, and that was probably pretty frustrating. I mean, that game was pretty. It was really annoying.
And then they meet that year again in the semis, and Corner Canyon beats them again.
Yeah, I mean, Corner Canyon, I feel like came out with more anger and stuff. I mean, I feel like they wanted it more than Lone Peak. I mean. I can't remember the score. I mean, it was a blowout. I mean, they smacked us.
Touchdowns plus.
I mean, I think they scored a touchdown first play of the game, right? I mean, like a post route or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah. I mean, they're a really good team. They're always being a big rival against us. So yeah.
Their receiving core that year, I mean, was one of the best receiving cores to ever play in the state of Utah.
Yeah. They've had
Talmadge Hanley, Cody Hagan, Noah Kerr was up there for the most touchdowns and yards receiving in the state of Utah with Puka Nakua and guys like that.
Yeah. Corner Canyon's always had a good receiving core. I mean, yeah, you look at the last couple of years. I mean, they've had, young kids who've been ballers. I mean, they've been playing receiver. I mean, look at Cody Hagan. Cody Hagan started as a sophomore. I mean, that kid had a ton of yards as a sophomore, and just working up every single year, just adding on the yards and stuff. I mean, same as Noah Kerr. I mean, and so on. I mean. So now that they're gone, I mean, I'm excited to see how their offense is going to be this year. I mean, I know they have a couple players on their offense that I played football with for Paula. I mean, one slot receiver. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think they should be pretty good. I hope so, but not for sure yet.
And then now that the next year after, Corner Canyon beat you guys twice again at home, and then they beat you. You guys met again in the state championship, and that was Jackson Dart's senior year, who's the quarterback now at USC, and they blew you out. And then coming into this year, I mean, it's the number one question I put out on my podcast. I was like, what questions do you want me to ask Crew McChesney? And they said, talk about the first time when they beat, and how they beat Corner Canyon twice. Because going into that game, I'm friends with some of the reporters, Lemma and Tony Parks, Frank, Dave Fox. So I'd always ask Tony Parks on the field before the game. I'd always ask him, what's your score prediction before the game? And no one had you guys, man, beating Corner Canyon.
Yeah, no one did.
Up there. I mean, it was senior night, and they were going for the streak. They'd won 48 or 49 games in a row. They were going for the streak. Senior night, going up there. No one's giving you guys a chance. I'll be honest with you. I was I'm hoping for a good game.
Yeah.
I was like, if they win, great, but I just want to go. I'm hoping to keep it close. That's what I'm thinking at this time, because we never beat them.
Yeah, never beat them. Never.
I mean, they were on this huge streak. They had one of the top quarterbacks in the country, Devin Brown, who just signed with Ohio State.
Yep.
Harrison Taggart, who signed from Oregon. Cody Hagan, he's the fastest player in the state.
Yeah.
The team was stacked.
Yeah.
How are you guys able to beat them? Talk about
so throughout that week, I feel like that was probably our best week of practicing ever. I feel like, we had that whole week, we had so much energy. Everyone's just I mean, that's like, I think that week was probably our most competitive week, like in our practices. I mean, there's a ton of fights that happened just because we wanted to.
There was so much meaning behind it.
We wanted to push each other as hard as we possibly could against Corn Canyon and stuff. So like that whole week we were all fired up. I mean, definitely that was. I mean, playing against our defense, our defense really gave it to us. I mean, gave it to our defense, and coming to the game, I feel like we wanted it more. We had nothing to lose. I mean, Corn Canyon had probably the most pressure on them, I feel like. But I mean, we also had pressure too. We also had pressure like, hey, we can be the people that lose, like lose against them, and they get the winning streak off us, So I mean, I feel like they had the most pressure, and our coach was like, hey, come out loose, fired up, and just want it more, and we were able to show that off. And I mean, everyone just played their guts out. I mean, and it really showed off. There
was so much behind the game because, like I said, no one really had you guys winning. No one predicted it. It's one of those things where you get so up for someone when you're going against them, like a player or a team. You get so up for them because you're playing the best of the best. You want to give them your best to try to take them down, because when you take down the best team in the state, that says so much for you guys. And so after you beat Corner Canyon, it was their senior night. They were going for the streak.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you guys?
If I'm being honest, I feel like I won the state championship. I would not lie. Our team was going crazy. I mean, like the bus ride home, we have our speakers, we're blasting music. We get home, we had a big party and stuff. But
this is the first time, or after?
Yeah. Oh, first time. Then the second time, then that's when. I mean, after
that's the time you really partied after you.
Yeah. I mean, So the first time, we partied, but then. I mean, Durfee's like, hey guys, like, we got to play these guys again, right? And we're like, oh yeah, we do.
Right, like,
so we should
beat them again.
Yeah, so I'm like, we should not, be like
talking too much.
So yeah, sure enough.
I saw how much people were talking too, because
dude, it was. I mean, I didn't really say anything. I don't really have social media, but I mean, there are a ton of people just our students like talking a whole bunch of crap to Corny Canyon, and we're all saying, hey guys, shut it down, like they can, if they beat us, sometime soon, then they can put all their crap back on us. So let's just be quiet.
The playoffs is when it really matters.
Yeah,
and that's what they were saying. They're like, yeah, you guys beat us, great game, but
yeah,
we'll see you in the playoffs. Like,
yeah,
there's no way you guys are going to beat us twice.
So yeah, I actually hung out with Harrison Taggart and like Jet Mining and all of them like 2 weeks. I think it's a week before. Yeah, a week. So after we beat Skyridge, I hung out with them.
Wow.
And
the week going into the championship
the week going
game?
into I think it was like Sunday, I'm pretty sure.
What?
And they're like, hey, like like how you feeling about this game? I'm like, like I feel pretty good, I'm like, how about you guys? Oh, he's like, oh, we'll probably smack you guys,
Harrison.
Yeah, he's like, oh, we're gonna smack you guys, just like just joking around.
Right.
And I mean, I was like, oh, yeah, probably, yeah, we'll see how it goes, blah blah blah. But they said, everyone's like, yeah, that was a flunk, that was not our best game against you guys. And I mean, that kind of like hurt us, honestly. That kind of really got us fired up to hear people say, yeah, like, that was a fluke, So, I mean, to come out and give it to Corn Canyon, it was the best feeling ever. It was awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Harrison didn't even have his best game either.
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to him. He's a great player, but obviously going into that game, if you watched, he's a great player, but he did not play to his best abilities.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that game was like an offensive game. I feel like, we were just
shootout.
An offensive shootout for sure. I mean, that personally, I think that was probably our worst defensive game. Because
Did you guys break the record for most points scored in like a Utah high school football playoff game or something? It was 35-35 at halftime.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, honestly. That was a high scoring game. I mean, I think I can't remember how many drives there were that we didn't score. I don't know if it was like 3 drives when we didn't score. I mean, we were just, after they scored, we came right back. I mean, that game was probably one of the most intense championship games ever, in my opinion. I mean, that's what made it the best championship game ever, because it was just so fun. I mean, a close game. I mean, a high-scoring game,
It was amazing for the fans.
Oh, yeah. The fans were going crazy.
Everyone had a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you were just there to see a great football game, that's what you got.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
So going into the halftime, it was 35-35. There's 30 minutes. You guys play 12 or 15-minute quarters? I forgot.
I think it's 12. So
you guys got 24 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
What's the message being said at halftime?
Just the same thing, play as a team, keep on doing your job. And the coach was like, hey guys, like, Corner Canyon's going to score touchdowns, guys. Like, that cannot, like, tear you guys down now. Like, keep on playing how you guys are playing. Offense, keep on coming out and doing your thing. Defense, keep on doing your thing as well. If they score, who cares? Our offense will do our job. And sure enough, is able to pay off.
They didn't score in the second half, did they?
I think they scored one time.
They scored one time?
Yeah, because I think it was 49-42, I believe.
49-42.
So I think they scored. They scored in the third quarter, yeah, because the only scores in the third quarter, I'm pretty sure. Maybe the fourth, I can't remember, but the whole entire time we were just running the ball. Wasting so much time off the clock. So
did you score both touchdowns in the second half?
No.
I know you caught.
No, I only scored one. I
caught the game-winning one.
Yeah, I caught the game-winning touchdown. I scored 2 in the first half. I think it was Durfee who scored our first touchdown in the second half. I'm pretty sure it was either Durfee or I can't remember who it was, but Durfee or Jay Will. But yeah, it was awesome.
Dude, coming off the field after you scored that game-winning touchdown in the state championship, I was down on the field and you passed out. Like, you just fell down. You collapsed. What happened?
Honestly, I have no idea what was going on.
I was scared. I was like, I know Brock, your brother, was down there. But
yeah. Brock was actually right there next to me. I had Brock and Tom Bateman, Max Bateman's brother. he was there. I just came off the field. I started feeling really weird. I started feeling like dizzy and stuff, like a little loopy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like trying to get hyped up at the same time, Right. I had so much adrenaline. Had people banging my head and everything.
After you just made a huge touchdown.
Yeah, then after that I blacked out. I don't remember. I just remember walking around and I just blacked out. Then I woke up and they're like, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm just like, "Yeah, feel great."
Did that ever happen to you before in any sporting event?
No, not any sporting events. I've blacked out a couple times, just randomly.
Just hanging out with friends?
Yeah, just I don't know.
You just pass out?
Yeah, just passed out sometimes. It's happened a couple times, but for in a state playoff game, it's never happened before ever. It's never happened in a sporting event ever. So, it was weird. Also I was a little sick the week coming in. So I don't know if that really would have affected anything, but. Yeah, just happened, I guess.
How much did school change after you guys won the state championship?
Oh,
did it change? Did
school?
The teachers look at you differently?
Oh, yeah.
Did girls walk around, look at you differently?
Dude, I felt on top of the world. I would not lie. I felt so famous. The first class I walked into, I had my teacher her. She just gave me so much hype. I was like, yeah, we're the best. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of teachers that were congratulating us and everything. It was a cool experience. Had all the girls, all the girls congratulating us. That was awesome. We got the best girls in the state of Utah at Lone Peak, so best thing ever, man.
Social media, were they trying to grab your number?
Oh yeah, had to have a couple girls ask for my Snap after the game. Told them I don't have Snap, so hey, I can give you my phone number though, But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun for sure.
Was that your most favorite moment experience in all your life?
Personally, yes. I feel there's been other spiritual moments, but for this, that was probably one of the biggest moments of my entire life. This is something I'll never forget, ever. When I'm a dad, with my kids, this is something I'll always be talking about to my kids for sure. It's for sure one of the biggest moments I've ever had.
Is there something? Tell me what Friday Night Lights for all I hear is there's nothing like it. Obviously I never played under Friday Night Lights, but for people that talk about, even if they played college and professional, I still hear some people talk about it there's nothing like Friday Night Lights. How much do you look forward to it? What's it kind of like playing Friday Night Lights?
It's a cool experience. When football season comes, everyone loves football in Utah. Lone Peak's all the kids at Lone Peak are, big football fans, all the students and stuff. Yeah, honestly, it reminds me of the show Friday Night Lights, when how you have all the people come hey, good luck, everyone's just congratulating you and wishing you luck and everything. It's just a cool experience, playing under the lights.
You guys have such a good fan base.
Yeah, we have good fan base.
The community comes out because obviously you guys are good, but still come out and support you guys.
Yeah, it's not just our parents that come watch. We have people from
legit fans.
Yeah, we have
other than just students.
Yeah, we have a ton. I have people from my church. I see hey, good game. I was at the game. I didn't know you guys kind of football games. I didn't know you guys can watch football. so I mean, our fan base is really good. People all over. I mean, Highlands and
How big of a
Alpine.
difference does it make too to have all those fans there and like the cheerleaders? Does it make a pretty big difference for you guys?
Yeah. I mean, it gets us hyped up. We love having lots of fans. Like I feel like it's.
Feel like you play better?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like I play better. I mean, it makes me more nervous for sure. But when that nervous stage goes away, that's when I feel like it's I don't know how to explain it. It's a really cool experience. It's a lot of fun.
What's kind of your favorite thing about, I mean, you go to one of the top high schools in the state of Utah for academics and athletics. What's your favorite thing about going to Lone Peak?
You want me to be honest here? I mean, the thing about Lone Peak, the girls, bro. I mean, you got the best girls. I mean, you say, hey, like you got people from all over the state of Utah say, hey, who's the best girls? And everyone says, oh, Lone Peak, Lone Peak's got the best girls for sure.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but honestly, we have good academic. I mean, we got good teachers there, Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like our school compared to other schools, it seems harder, Like I see, I talk to kids from Skyridge and stuff, their school seems like pretty more simple than our school. I mean, our school really pushes us to, get good grades. I mean, it's a good school. I mean, have great students there. Everyone's kind people. It's just great culture and everything. It's a great school to be at for sure.
Give me your favorite coach, favorite teammate, and favorite teacher at Lone Peak.
Okay. I have a couple favorite coaches. I respect all my coaches. I mean, I love Coach Kukihiko. He's my receiver coach. I mean, just because he's just like. He's a person I can always talk to about everything. He's not just like a person, like a weird guy to talk to about stuff. Like I can talk about like school, what's going on in my life, just everything. He's a guy
you feel comfortable.
Yeah. I'm very comfortable with, outside the game. I mean, he always talk to me and like lift me up and stuff. So, I mean, like I see him as my dad. I'm not gonna lie. Like other than my other dad, I can talk to Coach Kukihiko about everything, and I respect that so much about him. But favorite player on my team. I mean,
favorite teammate. You like playing alongside.
Favorite teammate. I don't really have a whole lot of favorite. I mean, I don't have a favorite player and stuff like that. But I feel like it was fun to play with Comer. I mean, having Comer as my quarterback, we were able to build a good relationship together. So it was a lot of fun playing with Comer this year. I mean, for his first year starting as a quarterback, we were able to have a good bond together. So.
What was it that you liked about playing with?
He was just a confident guy, He'd always say, "Hey, crew, like I know, like you're one of the best receivers in state. Like I'm gonna show that to you." Like he always helped me out and build my confidence up to know that I'm one of the best receivers in the state. I mean, and
he's a really good leader.
Yeah, he's a heck of a leader. I mean, I respect him a ton. You said favorite teacher. I mean, favorite teacher, I gotta say, Derek. Mr. Farr,
golf coach, man.
He's our golf coach. He's my Gov and Sit teacher. I mean, he's actually like taught my siblings, like all my oldest siblings, like
he's been there forever.
So you walk into his room and my brother Brock, who is 20 years old, he actually has a huge picture of Brock on his wall.
Yep, in his uniform.
Yep, in his uniform, his full uniform, and
got his Calvin Klein underwear showing.
Yep, got his Calvin Klein underwear showing. Brock's favorite underwear, And Farr's just a great guy. I talked about sports. He's like,
Brock's his favorite player too.
It's probably me now, if I'm being honest. But he's cool. I mean, he's a teacher. Like you can mess with him and everything. Like me and Far used to always just get in fights, like pick fights. Like just like hit each other across the face and stuff like that. Just he's a fun guy to be around. He's a good guy. Loves sports. He's a fun guy to talk about sports. He's a big Utah fan, actually. I'm a big BYU fan, just because my brother plays there, so we always have these big arguments about, who's better. I mean, when we played BYU in Utah.
He's a big Utah fan, right?
Yeah. So when we played Utah, BYU played Utah. Me and him had like bets on the table, like, hey, like
some money thrown down.
He's like, I can't bet money with you because I think that's not allowed at the school. Yeah. But he's like, how about we bet some Arizonas? So yeah, sure enough, we bet some Arizonas. Yeah, I won the bet. Yeah, so I mean, he's a great teacher. Love him to death. So yeah.
And he was there for your oldest brother Austin, who played at BYU.
So
then Jackson, who's at BYU now.
Yeah, so he's there for Austin. He was actually there for my oldest sister Michaela. He actually I think he coached my sister in basketball, if I remember. I think he was saying that.
Everything, I feel like.
Yeah, he's coached basketball. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff. So he knows my family really well. I mean, I'm really comfortable with him. He's comfortable with my family, so he's a good guy to be around for sure.
That's good. What would you say? We'll wrap it up here quick. But what would you say is like your number one thing you're looking forward to, and you're trying to get better at or become the best version of yourself going into 2022?
Best version of myself, just, look, what I'm looking forward to is just, I want to have the most receiving yards in the state of Utah next year. I'm hoping so. Obviously put on weight and everything. I'm hoping to, be a team captain, being a good teammate, that's what I'm looking forward to. And just having fun playing the game. Obviously winning a state championship, I hope so again. So, those are the things I'm hoping for this next upcoming year.
Yeah, I want to let you know too. My grandpa called me about 30 minutes before this podcast. Like, what are you up to, Ty? And I'm like, oh, I'm about to go do this podcast with crew McChesney. And he knew who you were because my little brother obviously has played with you all growing up. And he goes, oh, that kid is shifty. That's what he described you as. He's a shifty player. But that was cool to hear. So what you want to get is you want to get the most receiving yards your senior year.
Yep.
You want to have the most touchdowns.
I'm trying to hope to be the best receiver in the state of Utah this next year, and I'm gonna have to do that by I don't know who our quarterback is yet. I know I got Caden Hodson and Ike Staley coming in, so whoever it is, I gotta start going and throwing with those two right away. So it's gonna be a lot of work, but I know I can do it if I work hard enough. So we'll see how it goes.
How's the team going to be going into 2022? You're losing a lot of guys, but
I think we should be just okay. Our juniors that my age, they're a bunch of ballers on my age, but we also have some good ballers on the sophomores. So those kids, there'll be some kids that are sophomores. They'll be able to have the chance to play varsity. This
Brooks Wild.
Brooks Wild. So yeah, Brooks Wild. He's a stud. He's a short, small guy. He's really fast, really shifty. Mm-hmm. So he should be like really good for our running backs. We lose our whole O line besides like one player, Cooper Munford. Yep. But I know that we have some guys coming up that we'll be able to fill those spots in perfect. So we lose our whole defense. That's a pain in the butt. Lose our whole defense.
You get one guy back.
Yeah, I think it's one guy back or something like that. But to have that happen, I feel like we'll be just fine. There'll be some kids that'll be coming up and they'll be able to fill the spots in. So I'm not worried about next year. I know we'll be good. We got the best coach. We got the best coaches in the state, in my opinion. We got Coach Denny. We got Coach Trowbridge and etc. So we should be just fine.
Talk about Coach Trowbridge real quick because he coached for the program for a little while. But Coach Trowbridge, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was a linebackers coach, and then he transitioned over to an offensive coordinator. Not this year, but the last year. Mm-hmm. So it was his second year as an offensive coordinator, and he's able to win the state championship. Yeah.
So he used to be a linebacker coach. He actually had some boys come play at Lone Peak. They played on the offensive side, but I don't think he really wanted to coach them just because I don't know. Just I feel like he just wanted to coach the linebackers while his boys played like receiver and stuff. Then like right when his boys left, that's when he decided he wanted to come, be offensive coordinator. He played quarterback for Timpview, I believe. He's a good quarterback. He's a good ball player, so he knows a lot about football.
You think he's got like a good head for the game?
Yeah, he's got a good head for the game for sure. He helped out Comer a whole ton. Helped out our offense. Our first year's offense, it was a little rusty. His first year's, offensive coordinator was a little rusty, but he put in a ton of work. We changed we had a whole new playbook the next year.
Brand new?
Yeah, brand new. So to have him just shows how much he works for us, and it was able to pay off.
It goes to show.
He really was a good offensive coordinator this year, and we respect him a whole bunch for sure.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on again on the podcast. We'll get together again soon. I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on again.
Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. Appreciate you having me on.
Okay, thanks, man.